What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video we'll be looking at the differences between a low voltage and a high voltage battery system. Number one is voltage range. For a low voltage battery system, their voltage is between 12 volts to 48 volts. But for high voltage battery system, their voltage is between 120 volts to 800 volts. Multiple battery modules is connected in series to form a high voltage battery stack. Number two is current flow. For a low voltage battery system, it has higher current flow. Since it operates at low voltage, the system needs to push large amount of current to deliver large power. Let's say, for example, that you have a 20 kilowatt inverter and you have a 48 volt battery system. Drawing 20 kilowatt from a 48 volt battery system, we need 417 amps of current, which is very high. Therefore, there is high current flow in a low voltage battery system. But for high voltage battery system, it has lower current flow. Since the system operates at higher voltage, the current will be lower. Just like the example that we used before, that you want to draw 20 kilowatts from a battery system. And now, since you are using a high voltage battery system, let's say for example that the battery voltage is 400 volts and you want to draw 20 kilowatts from the 400 volt battery system. You will only need 50 amps of current from the battery to power a 20 kilowatt load. So you see that the current is much lower than the low voltage battery system. Number three is cable size. For low voltage battery system, since the current is high, you will need thicker cables for your installation to be able to handle the large current. But for high voltage battery system, since the current is lower, you need thinner cables for your installation. Number four is efficiency. For a low voltage battery system, since the system is low voltage and high current causes higher heat loss and more electrical resistance. Therefore, low voltage battery systems have lower efficiency. But for high voltage battery system, since the system is high voltage and low current, therefore there will be less heat loss and lesser electrical resistance, which implies higher efficiency. Number five is system size. For a low voltage battery system, a low voltage battery system is mostly used for small to medium sized systems between 1 kilowatt to 30 kilowatt. But for a high voltage battery system, it is mostly used for medium to large systems between 30 kilowatt to more than 500 kilowatts. Number six is scalability. For a low voltage battery system, it is less scalable because it is more complicated and harder to add additional batteries in the future. Let's say for example that you want to power a 20 kilowatt load for 10 hours. Ideally, you will definitely need a 200 kilowatt hour battery system. Since it's a low voltage battery, let me say around 48 volts, you need to pile up batteries and connect it in parallel for you to get 200 kilowatt hour battery system. So connecting those batteries in parallel increases the current, and the current will be much more excessive. Connection and everything will be much complicated. But for high voltage battery system, it is more scalable because you can easily add extra batteries in the future. Just like the example that we used before, that you want to power a 20 kilowatt load for 10 hours, and ideally you'll be needing 200 kilowatt hour battery. Let's say that your system voltage is 400 volts. Connecting those batteries in series to make up for the 400 volts makes the current much more lesser. Therefore, you can add extra batteries in the future without increasing the current excessively. Number seven is areas of application. For a low voltage battery system, it is mostly used in residential solar system, small off-grid homes, small businesses, and telecom backup systems. But for high voltage battery system, it is mostly used in large homes with heavy loads, commercial buildings, factories, industrial energy storage, EV charging stations, and solar mini grid. If you find this video useful, do well to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on your notification button so you'll be notified when I release new videos. See you in the next video.